Arcade Aces have there is a good option for the Comfy realistically. I mean, at least it's a gold badge, Gudra, right?
That should give you some confidence, but at the same time, it's still Gudra.
I mean, you hope it does, but you know, it is still Gudra.
We can only do so much.
Hey, I'm gonna call it, mate. They're gonna absolutely cook on this Gudra.
I do hope so. I really do.
But, I mean, yeah, Leafeon going into the jungle, getting that first rotation for the Evo. I reckon we're going to see some invasion coming on here. You do have a Kung Fu over in the other side of that jungle, so you've got to see something like that, right?
And it's Leafeon Comfy. They were very strong early. If they decide to invade, it is very catastrophic for the Comfy.
Yeah, 100%. Leafeon going straight over, matching with the Glossifer coming over. Yu's just going to put some damage onto them. We see the Gibble looking to rotate down to pull onto Red Meister there, but McKeen is there. Chaos is there. Pretty good top lane right now, but there's just so much damage that comes from that Gibble, right?
Gibble early game is terrifying. I always say Gumi's best is the best thing for Gudra in the game, because Gumi has a great early phase, but when it's against Gibble, which is probably one of the scariest things to fight on pad, I don't think it has anything to do about it.
There's not a lot you can do about it. We see them come in on the Leafeon, but there's the Shifu to answer.
As expected, the Shifu is a great counter pick to the Leafeon, as they kind of fill the same role of this early game ganker that makes you very scared.
And it's water there as well, which I'm actually really excited to see. I think that's a huge shout here. I think they might possibly struggle a little bit with Secure. They don't really have anything on their team that has fantastic Secure, but I think the impression you can put on with that water there is really valuable for them to pick it.
Great grab here, but it's very hard for McKeen to get any sort of value.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, they're pretty. It's the kind of ones you want to defend a goal. It's not that easy to K off that goal. But I mean, look at this bottom lane. The aggression coming in from Bautistas Gang is an absolute treat here. They are just non-stop. There goes the Pillar Swine, which is quite nice to see it being Pillar Swine so early. But the fact that Patu can just jump up that flux zone, he doesn't care about that.
Alpha's hitting the 6, getting the first move.
Strong. That's what we want to see. Jungle Invade coming in. Jellyman's trying to kind of back them away from it. They decide that they are going to go back.
They are a bit scared of it. They're not sure, right?
Shifu's going to go get the rest of their jungle here, try and get themselves in a tastier state. They're level 7 at the moment, so they are leading it alongside the Goodbye. Let's see if they catch McKeen up here. They have managed to get that Evo. It's not that great just yet, but they do have the Comfy with them. What are they going to be running? Oh, so much damage that they put down there, but Yaguto is able to get out.
Also, you notice that it's muddy water.
It is muddy water, Gudrun, which is something you really never see. Are they going to be able to pick up? They do pick up the Goodbye, but unfortunately Chaos is there on the Comfy. They're not going to be able to do much against Patu. They can probably stop them scoring though, right?
For sure, I don't think Gershwin gets much chances unless someone gets a one-shot him. Don't think so. Great pickup bot lane though.
Yes, really good pickup.
Arcade is getting really good lead.
Yeah, they've got the Emerald 2-step. 64 points in currently by Bautistas Gang, but they are coming back. Are they going to be able to get anybody else level 8 on the Leafeon? But there's the Unite move from the Shifu, Mano.
Big pickup.
Nice.
Yeah, that was what I would like to say, going a bit too far, considering too much faith in what was really happening.
They do the quick maths though, get themselves a nice overcap.
You see, Gudra is still top lane, pushing, could get the leggy here. I'm not very scared of it, as it doesn't do a ton of damage. It is still defense.
Hit level 9 though, so they do have their Unite move now, chat, which is good. That's what they want. I don't think they're going to push onto this T1. It's currently got 80 points in it, although having said that, they have got the Power Whip to send Yu back into that bush, but everybody else is here. Look at the boosted damage coming in from Mew. KP dropping a lot there. There goes the Electro Ball. They pick up the Elder Goss, and that is going to go into that goal.
A great play there. Great aggression, really fast. Nothing really, like, they were not scared at all, which is the best thing you can do, right? If you want to force it, you gotta force it.
They do pick up the rest of them, but nice 39 over cap on that T1 there, chat. That's meant Arcade Aces are now in the lead. We see Jellyman dropping straight on to anybody on that goal. Goodbye, Delphox. You've been ice-fanged back to the Pokemon Center. They had to pop their Unite move on the Shifu. Jellyman doesn't care, though. They've got two massive tusks to throw them out of there.
Still trying to force this fight, and I don't know if it's the correct decision from Bautistas Gang.
No, I think you're right, mate. I think they just need to get some more XP. Like, you don't need to get the KOs.
Reggie is coming on. We have the Beast and Reggie coming down as we speak. Both sides have not really moved for it, but it looks like Eldegoss dies, so that's pretty good for Arcade Aces.
Yeah, the thing is, like, the Eldegoss was so hell-bent on taking out Comfy there, chat, but, like, a Comfy is never on its own for long.
Can you ever catch it?
It's just looking for a teammate to hop onto, right? You know that's coming, but they're down here by themselves. Redmeister, unfortunately, does go down. They're able to secure that one at Bautistas Gang. There wasn't enough assistance down here by Arcade Aces. Mew is going to get that invulnerability to get themselves away from what's happening here. We see the walls coming out, but they may have been caught here.
It does not get away, maybe.
They've been caught there, but they've got the defense. They've got the springboard up, chat. There comes the fanciful fireworks. They're going to be able to push onto this goal. Comfy is doing enough to keep McKean alive, but they do go down. Jellyman's the only one here currently. They've got the Ice Fang. They can do a lot of damage, but they've got a lot coming into them as well, Mano.
That was an amazing play by the Trevenant, picking up the entire team there and just seeing everyone.
Worked an absolute treat, and they're the ones that are going to get out of this.
The Eldegoss is going somewhere. We're not going to comment on that. We're going to let that slide. We didn't see anything.
But we do see Yaguto go for the rip on this Lecky as the Garchomp.
Well, they go for a back cap, forcing suicide.
That's nice. That is nice. But here comes the Unite move from Shifu. They're not able to do anything, though, because there is a Mamoswine there. Are they going to pick up KP? They do with the rest of the Unite move. They're going to be able to get out of there unless that Comfy can get those stuns onto it. They don't. They do manage to escape. That's quite a feat to be able to do that. But are they going to get the Ice Fang in the face? No. Instead, Jellyman's going to go down. The Comfy hops straight back onto McKean. But look at the damage coming in here, Mano.
Masterclass in Urshifu gameplay, I would say. Really just somehow getting away with everything, and that's just pure skill now.
Yeah, just absolutely breaking ankles, right?
Great. What was happening also, Delphox with the flame charges were great support. Good damage, helping keeping away. Fighting was great.
So they take down that T1, and they're going to see what they can push into here. We have this bottom Reggie spawning. I feel like they just want to grab this jungle away from Arcade Aces. It's a tasty amount of XP they don't want them to have. We've got the level 13 coming in on the Garchomp. They've taken both of those. Are they going to rotate down here? There's 20 seconds till Ray. Regice is up. I don't think anyone's going to want to risk it for a Regice.
It's a risky play, especially against two defenders, and the other side has a Trevenant. It's a play you don't want to make. But it looks like the Eldegoss is just thinking about it.
I see. It is a risky thing to go for, but everybody is here. I like Arcade Aces not risking themselves to get the secure. They're in a good position here on the Ray, but they need that Leafeon to do something here. They're going to have to go for a flank on the Leafeon, Mano.
The Leafeon is currently looking for a flank. The flank is kind of impossible with Garchomp watching from a great angle. The Trevenant is also there. It makes it very hard because they can kind of just stand on top of the Delphox, making it undivable.
I also feel like Arcade Aces should rotate out of this bottom path. They want to be fighting more towards the top than anything, right? They've got the T1 up, have Bautistas Gang, so this is a risky decision. They do try and pull them back onto the Ray pit. I like the poke coming in from KP with the beam. It's a really good opportunity. We see Patu taking the dive in. That is huge, so they've gone for it. There's Leafeon, Emerald 2-step. They're not able to pick up the... Yes, they do. They pick up the Delphox, Mano. This fight is happening in 3 different locations. The
It is happening everywhere. There's a nurse for fighting Goodra with a Comfy, then there's the Delphox being dove by the Leafeon.
I can't believe
and now they're currently
the Shifu's still alive. It's still alive.
And this Shifu just completely bullied the Goodra.
That's it. That was decided by that Shifu fighting 2 of Arcade Aces by themselves. The Goodra. They're going to lock in the Rayquaza. Wow, what a play by Bautistas Gang.
It's what we said. We love to see it, but it's not the right thing we want to see. And it shows it right there. Just Urshifu keeping that Goodra busy made that game completely just way easier than it had to be.
Yeah, that is such a huge mon to not have in a team fight, right? Because, you know,
It's your main tank, it's your main damage dealer, because it has to comfy. You need it to be there.
Exactly, and the fact that the Shifu is capable of distracting it for the entirety of that fight, so that everything else can happen, was huge. Really, really good shout by them. We're going to see a Hundo Burger going in here. We see some more going into the home pad, and yeah, that is going to be Bautistas Gang taking the very first game.
What a game.
Woo! Godly built different. Welcome into the Twitch chat. How you doing? Yes, we got some Gudra love. We got some Gudra love.
But sadly it didn't work out. I do really, again, I fully support it. It was a great decision. It just sadly didn't work.
Hey, it happens. Let's have a look at these stats. So, Batu with 94k coming in on the Shifu. I think that's a really good shout, especially with it being water bear. 78k taken by Anxia there on the Trevenant. So, that a nice bit of damage they've been hitting. But so is Yiu on that Eldegoss, right? Eldegoss is such a fantastic all-rounder of a support.
Really is. Watching the, what I also see on the also looks very weird is that there's a very low damage Garchomp. But for the people that don't understand this, the Garchomp was a threat on pads and it was ripping the objectives. It wasn't actually the main damage dealer and it wasn't supposed to. However, while I do have to say this, if this is a good Inteleon player, it's going to have a fun time. It's going to have a great time against Wigglytuff Trevenant because they can't contest it at all.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you've got the Leafeon there, right? But they've got a pretty good front line that's gonna make it tough for that Leafeon to break through to try and, you know, get onto the Inteleon. I like what they've built there over on the side of Bautistas Gang.
I think that Bautistas Gang has done something safe, something normal. Gargan is just trying to play a more heavy engaged diving.
It looks like we're going to get a Snorlax invade as well, straight away. I love this.
Oh, it's always fun to see. It's always fun to see. That little berry or whatever they pick. It's always some stupid skin, and they just go in, and suddenly, they're in your backline. What do you do?
Surely Redmeister has seen that. And the thing is, Tackle does so much damage, though. So, like,
it's the scariest in the game, I promise you.
It's such a great secure in the early game. So, like...
And it gets to red! And it's still running after red, by the way. Talking about red.
Oh, they go down.
Oh, that's painful.
That is painful.
A great pickup. And it's still going. This Snorlax is not stopping. It has a mission.
There we go. Redmeister gets the Evo, but...
Finally getting the Evo.
You know, are they going to be able to catch it?
Can you catch the Snorlax? That's always the question.
So they can't take it out. I think Snorlax should have just kept running.
The Snorlax really should have got running, but I do respect the behavior. That is my favorite, like, okay. And the Urshifu coming down now, because it got the freest gank of its life, and now the red dies again. Yeah. This is a horrible start for Leafeon. And remember, Leafeon's a bad start. That means the Magikarp has a great start at doing nothing.
Yeah, that makes it tough. Although, I mean, the Gyarados isn't too far from getting the Evo, which is
but
huge.
That death is not good. That is a rough death. That tends you down. Where I think he's definitely gonna get it for the mid beast, but are we sure about that? Because anything could happen.
I think he will. He needs one.
I think he should. He should. But something could happen. And again, this Snorlax with just these engages. They're psychotic, but I love them.
Hey, it's working. Look how weak Redmeister is. A heavy slam onto the Leafeon. Says goodbye and go back to the Pokemon Center. KP's trying to pick up this piece of farm here, but I mean, Shifu's just grabbed every single bit of those mid-birds.
All the mid-birds.
Like,
all gone.
Patu's just being able to do whatever they want. They're now running the single strike Shifu. They've got a great secure using it, although, you know, they've also got the snipe shot Inteleon, but...
It is a great choice here to go the single strike. It has to do with, this is a dive comp on the side of Arcadices, and if they try and dive, you just hold single strike. What did he do? Wicked blow? Pop! That's gone. That's Leafeon. It doesn't have a lot of health, right?
100%, 100%. We see liquidation coming out of the Inteleon. That's quite interesting. I mean, that actually does make quite a lot of sense now that they know they've got the single strike. I like that. Huge wood hammer from Jellyman, being able to get all of them lined up, but not enough damage to back it up there, Mano.
Yeah, no. Patu is just once again, same as last game, he just running. He gets out all the time. I don't know how he does it.
Registeel here, they're going to try and do some zoning or Arcade Aces, but look at Batu just coming in on their Shifu. They get the Wicked Blow ready. Are they going to go down, though? They will. Gyarados was there, although they do get the Wicked Blow off, doing a huge amount of damage to Redmeister. Look how weak they are.
Italian with a pickup.
Snorlax managing to grab that there, but the Reggie does go to the side of Arcade Aces. We see Buzzwole locking in that Lecky. They can get themselves a nice score up in the top lane. Jellyman's going to have a bit of a mission there. They need to back up now to Arcade Aces. They've got what they need out of this. They don't need to continue to be here.
Yeah, but the thing is, right, I do think because both this Gyarados and the Leafeon are now starved for stacks because they lost early game very heavily.
Yeah, they really did, mate. Level 9 on the Leafeon right now, so they're doing all right for levels, but you are 100% right. The stacks are what they need to get. Yeah.
Puzzle has been free farming in top lane, and you can really notice it in the farm department because he is the same level, actually higher level, than the Leafeon, who is the jungler for Arcade Aces.
The invade from Snorlax was just so vital for them. It did so much. They did a fantastic job with it. Here comes the Dragon Current from the Gyarados. They do not really do anything with it. The bounce in for the stun. There's a Wigglytuff Unite move, chat. Are they going to be able to do anything else here, though? They've pushed onto the pad. The Inteleon has united. They're going to pick up Chaos there. They can also get KP. Every single one of those basics doing a crit coming in from the Inteleon.
Honestly, it was a great call by Bautistas Gang there, because what happened is the Gyarados transferred in, but Aldi completely outplayed it by just reacting to it and pressing Unite. Then as that Unite went down, hitting Wiggly into the goal, meaning he had to ult or he was dead.
Yeah, you literally don't have a choice in the matter there. Redmeister's really having to get away from the whole of Bautistas Gang.
Still running. He wants that.
Batu is just wanting to take down Redmeister. They don't care. They've got so much damage they can drop. It's having every single member of Arcade Aces having to take down one Urshifu there, chat.
Oh, almost still picking up Red in that situation, which is impressive.
It is. It really is. We get Buzzwole.
I think, yeah, they're giving up for sure. I think Ball Reggie is just going to be completely abandoned for Arcade Aces. I don't think Bautistas Gang is going to be looking at it very hard, as they know it's a rough one to do.
I mean,
however, maybe I just say that's too loud. Snorlax is defending. He wants it.
They did a good job. They're going to start on this Regirock now. We see the Inteleon there, but they don't have the snipe shot, so they're going to have to get closer.
Don't disrespect the LD secure, okay? It can get it. That Unite is scary.
Oh my god!
Hey, it wasn't the Unite secure, but I did tell you to worry about that LD secure, and that LD, great pickup there.
I mean, it's built enough of the space. The Inteleon managing to get that secure.
And this puzzle has just been free for the entire game. He hasn't been in any fights, but the moment he joins a fight, he can grab something and just one-shot them at this point. I don't know how strong this thing is.
I like what Arcade Aces are doing here, though, Mano. They really need to get themselves a bit more XP.
Getting all the farm.
Yeah, get yourself into this Rayquaza fight feeling quite tasty. So I like what they're doing there, getting nice and fed. We see Chaos getting a nice 23 into that T2. Is it going to be a risky move? They've got the Inteleon there, but I believe with their Wigglytuff... Ooh, Buzzwole coming down from them, though. Oh, they've broken the ankles. Chaos with a nice left turn to get on out of there, but they're coming into the Snorlax. Good effort, buddy.
There's so many people. There's so many people. He almost got out of it. But also, I will say that's a great pickup. The eject button out for Buzzwole means that they have way more safety now. Because Buzzwole doesn't have that eject engage. That's great to hear if you're arguing.
I think Jellyman's going to go down on the Trevenant here. They're doing a good job, but there's so much damage coming into them. That's going to be gone. So the Lecky is going to spawn in 24 seconds, chat. That's a good position to be in for Bautistas Gang if they can get it.
Chaos is caught. I think that's lucky. I think that's just, they can't fight it anymore. They don't have that frontline presence for Wiggly. They don't have the Trevenant. It's just terrifying.
Yeah, I would just continue to get your farm here. Let that Lecky go. Let it go into the D2.
Maybe catch the Eldegoss. It is.
Like you're gonna have to go for the Rayquaza here though. Like it has to be a Rayquaza fight or some back caps. You know, it is quite a close game. I would just let that Lecky fly unless you want to make this the Rayquaza fight. But I'm not too sure about that one.
You definitely could with the LD being down. This is a challenge. You can force it. If you don't force it, the Eldegoss will be back for the fight. looks like they're trying to like poke them down.
The Wigglytuff Unite has come out. This needs to be the engage. They pick up the Inteleon. Really good pick up there. Nice beam coming in from KP. The Eldegoss has united. Here comes the Dragon Current. They are dropping a lot of CC here. Buzzwole coming down. Yugutu is quite weak. The Gyarados is there. Mew protecting them from the damage. A nice beam, but I think that's going to be a bit of a wipe in that fight. Bautistas Gang have managed to come out on top there, Mano.
Another situation where the Urshifu is left to its own devices as they dove on top of everything else, but Batu kind of just dashed out after he killed the Redmeister.
Yeah, it was one of those where I think the engage while the LD was down was a huge shout. Who's going to get the secure though? It is going to be the Shifu out of everything there. They just have such fantastic secure, right? It's gonna happen, and it's gonna be most of the damage from Arcade Aces getting taken down here. There's just the Gyarados and the Leafeon, but they're not going to protect against these Hundo Burgers going in.
It is very rough as that engage. I feel like they hesitated. You definitely noticed that there was a hesitation after they got the Eldegoss kill. I think if they went for after that KO came down and they instantly went for an engage, they would have had a way better chance because they were still very close to them, but they didn't. And then by the time they actually went for the engage with the Wigglytuff Unite, Eldegoss was already basically back.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Eldegoss Unite is so important for team fights, right?
Absolutely.
It's the
damage, healing, CC, it does everything.
It's the kind of one that you don't really want there. I like this though. Chaos is trying to stun Patu. They do get some points in as well. I like that. They can continue to push onto this T2. There's only 200 points between them at the moment, although LD has just got themselves another 100 with the Inteleon. So
and the Inteleon, that's 200 burgers. I think that settles it.
Yeah, it's gonna.
This last push could have been great, but those 200, that's it.
Yeah, that's definitely put it out of reach, buddy. That's a shame. A really good push from Arcade Aces at the end, but I like the thinking of Eldegoss and the Inteleon just to make sure that they've locked that game in.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where both teams make good calls, but it's like, because you're already behind, your good call will always lose to the winning team's good call.
Yeah. So true, mate. So true. But I mean, looking at the stats across the board, I think that was a much better game. Coming out of Arcade Aces, I definitely think that was a lot better. The comp that they had, I really liked. I think the CC was great. It was just they had such a difficult early game, Mano. That Snorlax made such a difference for that early game.
And it's why I said like early game picking up this Gyarados this early is just a risk, and it did do its damage. It definitely did its job. But the early game becomes so much like more unplayable because if that wasn't like, let's say, a Gible, right? Obviously, Garchomp was banned. The point is that those kind of characters can still come into the jungle to help you and defend. Yeah, and I imagine what the actual plan was obviously for Scyther to go into lane, get some farm, get into the Scizor. Obviously, we were a bit late with that, but you know.
Yeah, but
now this time it's gonna happen. This time.
We see them here doing it now, but also we see a cheeky little Sableye invade on the way.
Yeah, we said it too soon. We said it too soon. Because Chaos heard us, I think. He wasn't having that.
I mean, you always suspect a Sableye invade, but I love the fact that they've noticed they're not going to get anything from that. That it's just going to be the Cypher on the road up here, so Chaos has decided to go into it. I love it. I love it.
Very, very early full heal for that Scyther. That means the next time the Sableye gets a good catch, it could be a dead Scyther. Yeah. However, I say that as Chaos is currently being the one caught.
Oof, they just does so much damage to Cypher. It's in such a good position.
The early game Scyther has those boosted autos. They're scary, I tell you.
But you've also got the Glossifer there that's doing double red buff, like slow. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, well, by the way, let's look down. Patu is going for a cheeky little play. Look at this. Does he get it?
Oh, no, they don't. They just miss it.
Now he might get caught out, though. However, good plays by both sides.
I like it, mate. Redmeister breaking some ankles there. That's a really good pickup on that Leafeon. It means that the balance of that lane has been a bit easier for them. Scizor has become on the table. They've got that bullet punch.
It is Scizor now.
Is it Wild Charge that we're seeing from Zeraora?
Yep, it is. Well, it's Spark right now, but most people wouldn't play Spark.
Unless you were going to play the Wild Charge, right?
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, it's actually my favorite Zero Aura build. So, you know.
But we've had this conversation before. I don't agree with this lifestyle.
Yeah, we've had this conversation many times, mate. The same with Cerulege, but you gotta play what you like to play. What they do
for
like
sure.
to do.
Whatever you do, right? And you know, considering what people want to play here, I imagine Batu's having a great time just free stacking right now, because that Scissor is terrifying right now. It is definitely the biggest threat in the game as the current moment, but it's not moving down for the first birds.
No, it wants to stay up there, keep getting fed, get that XP,
Which means
grab
that they
those
could have a
stats.
great pickup here if they play well. Oh, huge beam forcing out the check button from the Mew.
Oh my god, Trevenant does
On
go
a big
down.
pickup.
That's a huge pickup, buddy. They also take out the Leafeon.
That was the
This
wild
is-
charge. There it was.
Yes, that's what I like to see, mate. This is it. This is huge. Are they going to go on to the Venusaur
Oh,
as
he's still
well?
going,
They
he's
do.
still
Up the flux
It's
zone.
not doing a lot of damage though, but he's doing his best.
It's kept them busy though,
Oh,
right?
breaking ankles. Still not dead.
I
Red
like
is
it.
still alive.
Wow, Redmeister is breaking ankles there, but look at the points they've managed to get in from that Mano. The distraction was huge because now this T1's on 4
And the
points.
Scissor ran down trying to help his team because he thought it was going to be more. Now the Scissor lost a ton of farm.
I love it. I think that's a huge shout. It does mean, though, that we're going to have a huge engage down here. Scissor is going back to top. Metagross is also on its way. Jellyman's going to run in and try and buy
And have a
themselves
nice little
some-
4v4 here, I imagine.
Yeah, some nice space down here. The Surf coming in. There comes
with
the
the engage.
Unite move from the Mew. Who's going to get the secure? The boosted
Pino
goes
Shiloh.
in. But of course,
That's expected. It's Solar Beam, Solar Blade.
yeah,
It's back to the good old days.
it's going to be
And with
the
good old days, I mean
Leafeon.
terrifying.
It does a lot, so, you know, it's a fantastic secure. They're going to try and get some
Oh,
points in
big
here.
pickup.
There's not a lot that Chaos can do. They're gonna
Also,
have
the
to-
Scissor getting the 1v1 kill on the Metagross is not good to see. Scissor hitting the level 9, currently going for the Lecky. It is a big threat. As we said before, it just tanks so much against their comp. And I think that's going to be really the name of the game. Can they kill Scissor fast enough to get the Venusaur? If they can't, it's going to be a bit of a problem.
It's going to be really important for Redmeister to really time
As we
the
speak,
wild charges.
he did just hold and use their entire kit on that Scissor.
Yeah, I mean,
Great
mate,
pickup on the LD too.
if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. You know, you want to take out something as strong as that. They're going to be able to pick up the 2 as well on the Leafeon. We see MR
But
just trying
Vinu
to...
did get out, which means there's still a beam that can stop him from taking this.
Yeah, but
Which
if they can
we've
pick it
all-
up
we've
with
all played
McKean
against it.
here, they can do so. Look at the
Wait,
stuns
knock
coming in
off.
from Sableye. Huge. Huge, mate. That CC is massive, but they have taken out the Elder Goss instead of letting
And
him
they
go
sent
home.
Scissor back to spawn.
And that is going to be a nice overcap as well, a 30 overcap into that T1 here. Arcade
Those are
Aces
great.
are coming back in.
There's a great bit of events. You know, the pickups, the unites, just the right focusing on the targets, right? Because if they didn't target focus well there and hit the Scissor by accident, it wouldn't have gone back. So it was just great all around.
There's just action everywhere on this map chat. Like, you look at one part, there's something going on. You look at the other, there's something else. Like, the top lane has just been
Yeah, as
broken.
you're saying, you know, they just broke top lane while we're seeing a bot fight. While bot fight is happening, here goes the Trevenant. Chaos getting picked up. They unite, bro. Unite on the fucking Leafeon. Oh, and there's a Trevenant unite.
Oh
And
my
there's a
God.
Venusaur unite.
Compute and Crash
Ellie
comes
Unite
out. They
as we
put up
speak.
the stadium here. They can rip the Regirock if they want to do so, but no, they
He's
wanted to
stuck in there
push
with
on.
Scizor.
I'm not sure about that one, Mano, because now they've managed to take out everyone from Arcade Aces
Yeah,
that is
I
there.
think that Metagross Unite was a bit too far. Just leaving his team there because Mew can't walk up there. Because Scissor can jump out of it whenever he chooses to.
Yeah, that's tough. I feel like maybe go for the rip whilst
The Ammo 2
stuck in
on
that.
Chaos. I can get that, but I do really get that.
Quadra.
Yeah. Quadra, great play, but the solo Unite on the Sableye was definitely a decision that I stand behind.
Yes, but the thing is, Sableye is one of those mons that just really annoys you. It's like the Greedent, isn't it? So yeah, it's understandable. I think we've got a bit of a rip coming onto this Regirock here. They can try and buy some space using the
Sarah
Trevenant,
is trying to
but-
go in, but he got forced out by the Scizor. And the Scizor is, again, name of the game. This Scizor, it can either lose you the game, or it can completely carry. And we're seeing that right now. It's doing a ton. It's both acting as a tank, as a sort of support with the CC, and as a damage dealer. It's just doing a great thing.
49 overcap in that T1. You couldn't get it any better other than at Rayquaza, and I think that's huge. Look at that stun coming in from Saberline.
Yeah, overstaying a bit too far, I imagine. But, you know, what do we know? We're not Sableye connoisseurs, like, are we?
Regieleki's up. It does seem like Bautistas Gang wants to come for it. They're going to be able to get a nice rip on this, but we do see Arcade Aces being there. McKinney's there on the Metagross.
It is Meteor Mash. This is a very scary Metagross. It can burst you down very quickly.
Wild Charge taking out the Leafeon. That's a huge shout. That's exactly the kind of target you want to take. Lecky is pretty weak, and it will reset unless somebody goes for the secure. We see the beam coming in.
Oh, big!
Eldegoss getting the secure on the Lecky. The timing was just off a little bit for Arcade Aces there.
And while that was happening, Sarah tried to kill the Trev alone, which, as you can imagine, didn't go very well.
No, I mean, they picked up 2. They did get the Venusaur as well, but they're going to be able to defend this.
I see Yo-Yo's trying to get a little crazy, I would say. Get a little crazy.
That's it. It's definitely a decision of a position to be in, but we've got 13 seconds.
You know, sometimes you gotta get a bit creative. However, remember what happened last game? Eldegoss got picked off, and they almost lost the game. So, do we see round 2 of that?
I mean,
as he's still in the enemy jungle, he's currently attacking the Wild Charge there, Aura.
But it's done enough because they're ripping the Rayquaza chat. They're just trying to distract them. Do we get the beam coming in? Who's going to get the secure? It's Zeraora! Wild Charge! Huge! Secure for the Rayquaza. Are they going to be able to get these Hundo Dunks in though, Mano? They need to. This is going to be a point that they can take.
Gets a great get Gary on it. However, the shields are going down on other people. This could still be doable.
Yeah, this is it. McKinney's going to go get another Hundo Dunk in. They need to get back.
This is the one.
All right, let's go, Arcade Aces. I see you, and I agree. I like it. That was huge. They go for the rip to Bautistas Gang. Arcade Aces do finally cotton on to what is going on, and they manage to get a nice secure. The Unite move from Zeraora and Wild Charge is crazy at a Rayquaza fight, especially when you are in the pit with everybody else.
The only one with the shield is Metagross right now, and it just lost its shield. This means that there's no like backgapping fear, obviously outside of that Zeraora that just walked by.
But look at the time they're wasting here, though, right? They know they're in the lead.
Yeah, they're wasting time.
They just want to keep them busy, buddy, and that's exactly what they're doing. It's working a treat. We've got Sableye back there defending against 2. They are enough ahead that they don't realistically have to worry about 2, right? They can get 2 Hundo Dunks in if they really want to, and not have to worry about it. It's a huge shout by Arcade Aces.
Their main squad beat them in the goal, which is a bit of a weird misplay by Bautistas Gang to decide to send 2, but not just try and 5 it, because if you just 5-man, you have a better point.
Yeah, I think that's what should happen. They should have 5-manned it and just let them score the points in the back. They weren't enough Eos energy for Arcade Aces to get any more Hundo Dunks in, right? They've only got like 10 points, 20 points, whatever. If you're all pushing that goal and you can get a 5-man push onto it, it's realistic that you could have a good push and get yourself so far ahead that doesn't matter. But wow, Arcade Aces, I see you.
Love some some interesting choices there, you know, with the Spark and the Wild Charge, these Zen Headbutt Meteor Mash. It's definitely 2 different builds that you don't expect to see in your competitive games, but we did, and they did well. They did well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, look at the damage there, chat. Honestly, as if to prove me and Mano's point about Metagross being an underrated or underestimated mon at the moment. They did really well with it. They've got 93k damage as McKeen there. They took 60 as well, Mano. I think that and Redmeister worked a treat for that game. And then you've got the backbone of KP just constantly assisting, bringing in damage, doing quite a bit there as well. And then CC coming from Chaos and Jellyman. That was a really great comp by them, realistically. And they
talk about damage taken. That Sableye took the most damage. Team Arcade Aces.
I'm telling you, Sableye's
you don't see a lot,
bro. I'm telling you, like
you don't see a lot.
It's a CC tank. I'm telling you.